The Harding Icefield is an expansive ice field located in the Kenai Mountains of the Kenai Peninsula in Alaska. It is also partially located in Kenai Fjords National Park. It is named for United States President Warren G. Harding. Geography. The Harding Icefield is over 300 square miles in its entirety. The icefield spawns up to 40 glaciers of all types. Some of the more notable glaciers include the Nzeemin Glacier, X.It Glacier, and McCarty Glacier. The X.It Glacier, however, is the most accessible of the glaciers, being reached by a spur road off of the Seward Highway. The icefield is also one of 4 remaining icefields in the United States and is the largest icefield contained entirely within the United States. The icefield itself receives over 400 inches of snow each year. History. Seward residents generally ignored the huge icefield west of town before 1922. The construction of the Spruce Creek Trail that year, however, made it possible to view the upper portions of the ice cap, and President Harding's promise to visit the territory was sufficient to bestow his name on the feature. Between the mid-1920s and the early 1930s, the increasing popularity of aviation had given a lucky few the opportunity to soar over the icefield. Up to this point, however, people had walked only on the icepield's margins. In early 1936, a 27-year-old Swiss immigrant and future state senator named Kilcher disembarked in Seward. He was headed for Kakamake Bay, where he intended to take up residence, but he was so intrigued by the icefield he had seen from the steamship that he vowed to cross it before long. Unwilling to wait 2 weeks for a coastal steamer, Kilcher walked to the Homer area, probably by way of the Resurrection River Valley. After securing a homestead, he returned to Seward, and in late July he hiked up the Lowell Creek drainage toward the icefield. Conditions on the icefield overwhelmed him, however, and a week later he was back in Seward. About 1940, 2 Kenai Peninsula residents, Eugene Coho Smith and Don Rising, apparently were successful in their attempt to cross the icefield. They hiked from Bear Glacier west to Nzeemin Glacier. The men, however, told no one of their intentions, and once they returned, Smith's wife was the only one that was aware of what they had done. Their trip remained a virtual secret for more than 20 years after they completed it. 2 parties attempted to cross the icefield in the mid-1960s. In 1963, a party consisting of Don Stockard, Tom Johnson, and Carl Blomgren tried a westbound crossing. 3 years later, J. Van Homan, Dave Johnston, and Dr. Grace Jansen made an eastbound attempt. Both attempts were unsuccessful. In the spring of 1968, the first documented mountaineering party succeeded in crossing the icefield. 10 people were involved in the crossing, which went from Cherniv Glacier east to X.It Glacier. Expedition members included Bill Babcock, Eric Barnes, Bill Fox, Dave Johnston, Kilcher and his son Otto, Dave Spencer, Helmut Chaffert, and Van and Grace Homan. As noted above, Kilcher, Dave Johnston, Van Homan, and Grace Homan were veterans of previous attempts. Of the 10, only 4 Bill Babcock, Dave Johnston, Kilcher, and Van Homan hiked all the way across the icefield. The expedition left Homer on April 17, bound for Cherniv Glacier. 8 days later, they descended X.It Glacier and arrived in Seward. Along the way, the party made a first-ever ascent of Truuli Peak, a 6,612-foot eminence that protrudes from the northwestern edge of the icefield near Truuli Glacier. In 1983, Roman Dial and Jim Locken skied from the edge of the G.Harding Glacier to the Nzeemin Glacier edge in a single day, and in 1984 Dial skied for the G.Harding to the Cherniv Solo in 1 day as part of the Alaska Mountain Wilderness Classic.